Here's a quick update on the Hudson trailer. We've got all the boards on. Now we had put the oak boards down with like a gazillion bolts. Instead, Larry has welded this flat bar across in 3 places. And then he decided to change the brakes. It hadn't been done since we bought it, so he decided, he took the tire off, decided he was going to pack the bearings, then realized, the brakes look, old, I need new brakes. So he bought 4 sets of brakes, and this is the old one, and there's a new one. So he's getting electric brakes hooked up to it. I thought they were pretty heavy, but he says that the heavy thing is this hub thing. It's very heavy, at least to me it is.
Good morning, YouTube. Still working on this trailer. Anybody that's not familiar with this, but this is just old school. This is what we had to do to our old trucks and stuff, our old trailers. They make a kit now that replaces these over here, which saves you from building and all your springs. Everything comes as a kit now. Just got to be careful of them 5 bolts. You got to be careful of your electrical connections. I've soldered them and used shrink wrap on them. That's the blue. You've got to be very careful with these 3/8 nuts. They will break off the studs, so you got to take your time working with them. This one, particular one here, the seal has already come out of it, and I got a new one's going to go in. But right here, we're going to pack the bearing. You should never get any kind of gloves, but I do now, because this is a mess. This is how we pack the bearings. They make a packer, and then my hand's the packer. So all you do is push it in. And I don't know, the generations of this is just how we always did our own stuff. So if I'm showing somebody something they already know, just skip it forward. I watched my daddy do this. I watched everybody do this. There was no ease of things that there is nowadays with hydraulics and O-rings and you can see that big gob is pretty much in that bearing now. And this is the point you can't spend too much time. There's no overdoing this. You get every nook and crevice. Now this isn't an English muffin, so, but go ahead and turn it into race. Not the race, but into spindle here. And once that's packed good, it goes into this here. Into this race down here. And it sits right in there. And your seal goes on top of that. But before you put your seal in, that's the inner bearing, you got an outer bearing. Same thing with the small outer bearing. You pack it. That's how you pack bearings. So back to work. Put the spindle back on, the washer, the lock nut. Then here's a new keyway. If you look down in there, there's a new keyway somewhere. Right there, underneath the plow, you see the new. I don't want to put this on the other side yet, but when I do, you got a thrust washer that'll go, and you can see this notch here, that it fits over that. This bearing will sit in here right against this. This nut will spin on, and then you'll back it off a quarter and put your lock, and then your cap. Nothing to it, they've been the same since I was a kid, but maybe somebody doesn't know. Never, ever, and this is just what I was taught by my daddy, never use a hammer, a pipe, a block of wood, or anything. You'll damage the seal, you'll damage the seat. And that's what happened to the one I took out. And it was doing nothing, it was all apart. And you can see how it seats all the way around. And now this heavy man pajama. Isn't that amazing? Just that little bit of difference.
Oh, there's that big nut you want to put on.
Yep. The biggest thing is you don't get in any hurry. Make sure you've got a hold of the threads properly. All right, I'm going to show something else here just in case somebody doesn't know. Been a long time, everybody has mechanics do everything. Some mechanic may be saying I'm doing it wrong. This is just the way that people did it in the... All right, what you do is you tighten that down. You make sure that you've got movement. Tighten it some more. Tighten it some more. You see the bearings are all, what I'm doing is seating them bearings and seating that seal. Now if you ran it like this, you probably wouldn't run 100 miles with it that tight. So what you do is you back it off and then you reseat again. In no time should that lock up. And I just bring it back a quarter. Hear that pop? That was what you want. And then it's just a matter of getting your, I call it the keyway. My dad was military, he called it a keyway, I believe is what he called it. You find your hole. Everything's about patience. You need patience with it. Not been one of my virtues. But a lot of people make a mistake right here. Is they don't pay attention to this other end, and it blocks their dust cap that has the seed in there. Turn them up. These dust caps can be have all this gunk in them, and you'll fight and bend them all up trying to get them in. There's our whole house generator just started up. Exercising. Let me see that can WD-40. And that rubber